Hello guys and welcome to episode 57 of my Rome 2 Total War campaign with the Iceni tribe. Today I have a couple of rebellions to deal with, but before we do that let's begin to move Abraucus' vanquishers back towards Petrodivar, past the centaurs owned by Knossos. But everything else I think is pretty much moved for this turn. You can see that noble stags have to wait there to kill this rebel army. You got the consuls of Moroccan in Carthage waiting to kill the Carthaginian rebels. So that's going to be it for this turn. Let's move straight on to the next one.
The spirits have noticed that our treasure stores are wanting. Can you help with this small matter?
The Kataori really would like a non-aggression pact. They're basically asking me for 1,170 coin though, and I don't think I'm going to go for it because I really want to continue to expand east, and they'll just get in the way if I do that. I'm going to have to basically jump over them and go to Royal Scythia, whereas I would much rather just take the Kataori's lands and then take Royal Scythia and so on from there. So I will probably decline this for now.
Your words carry a weight of sadness. I hope your gods gave you wisdom in this choice.
Let us trade. You surely will not turn aside from a road paved with gold.
So the Nasamones, after destroying them and then them asking for us for a peace treaty for like 18,000, they now want a trade agreement. Now, it could be a good idea just for now while I'm at peace with them. It will give me 648 per turn, but I'm not sure how useful that'll be if I'm just going to attack them again sometime soon. But for now, I think I may accept it.
I had...
Catios has died. The poor fella. He was one of my best druids and died near Garima. I'm gonna have to make another druid here instead then. And we can upgrade him already with a skill, which is going to be Antagonist. Give him the extra campaign map movement range that he needs. Actually, that's a scout. Whoopsie daisies. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to recruit a dignitary. Well, we can recruit one of them as well. 2 spies in this area. There. I can work with that. Anyway, Garima also has a place we can upgrade. Undeveloped land. Let's expand the city and make this place more happy. To do so, we could probably upgrade the actual city itself to a barbarian fortified city, and then we can also try building up another commons, which we can create into a tavern, while this one changes into a chieftain's hold. So I think I'm going to go with that. Now, Sidamus will finish its Shrine of Resmerta, which should help out as well. But let's have a look at our event messages. So population surplus in Phazania, that's the one I just did. We've got Carthaginensis over in Spain. They have Ibossum being expanded. So let's go over here and make that into enclosed land. I think our food supplies are only going to get more dwindling as my armies increase in size, so we may as well address that already. Now I can also go with a harbour here. I'm going to do that, and we're going to upgrade the warlord's hold to increase the happiness in this province, because they're only at +4 at the moment, although they are at 100% happiness. So encourage populace in Pannonia. Good to hear. The happiness is increasing rapidly there. We've got the goldsmith being finished in Neapolis. So that's going to increase the wealth from all sources by 5% in the Roman province, which is a lot because Rome actually provides a ton of money to my cause. And you can see that I'm currently racking in 14,220 per turn. but an outraged populace in Bororges. Hopefully this will be dealt with soon enough as Cladios finishes converting the culture of the lands. Meanwhile though, in this construction site, I think I may go with a sacred enclosure to improve the happiness. However, an enclosed land again seems desirable due to the food being able to drop so quickly. I think I'm going to go with a sacred enclosure there. We'll probably make it into the Tutatis shrine so that we can convert the culture and keep everyone happy at the same time. So, Dacia, unhappy populace, and that's because it's going up at 20% at the moment due to the rebels. Now we have a really nice army here to deal with that, so they're just going to stay there, and I'm going to let that continue to build for another turn. Then we have Household Expands for Papusa, plus 5% chance of wounding enemy agents in self-defense. That's actually quite useful for her because she's only going to ever be accompanying an army. So we'll probably replace that. Then we got Trouble Populace in Africa. So Africa becoming more happy because of the rebels. Now we're going to have to deal with this Carthaginian army. I'm not confident that I'll be able to destroy it should it become any bigger, because the Carthage troops are actually pretty difficult for my troops to kill. So let's go ahead, grab the consorts of Morrigan and attack the rebel army. And they're going to retreat, of course, because my army's much bigger than theirs, but we are going to continue to chase them down and fight them on the battle map. So we're against some elephants, which will hopefully be killed by the scorpions and my skirmishers. Then we have the Carthaginian hoplites and the Libyan peltasts to fight against. Either way, we have some garrison reinforcements. We're going to go ahead and fight this on the battle map. The Battle of Thapsus. We're going to keep it dry, and then we're going to get all our men into formation.
Ancestors, honor us!
So let's make all the sword band at the front in the middle. We'll get a couple of sword band on each side with my spears following up the back. Perfect. I'm going to put them into a locked formation,
Stay where I put ya!
and then we're going to move forwards.
For the mother! Scorpion!
Also going to get the scorpions to move forwards. Then we can start targeting their war elephants.
Our reinforcements have arrived.
I'm going to have to hurry up if they are going to try and crush my garrison force, because the garrison forces actually come up behind them, which is quite good in a strategic point of view, but if they turn around and just go for the garrison army, it's not going to end very well for them, because these guys are like farmers and a couple of units of swordband. They are currently like retreating behind some buildings and so on.
Move it! Scorpion!
So I'm going to turn my army round a little.
Anything for the gods!
I think their elephants are going to charge me now.
We hunger
So,
for blood and battle!
let's throw some javelins at them.
Their hearts. Fire!
Maybe not quite yet.
Britain!
Get these guys to all start charging up.
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Basically hoping I can take on some of these elephants before we engage.
Battle!
So now what I'm going to do is, because it's getting a bit clustery, I'm going to quickly pause and give my men their orders so that they can all attack simultaneously. And then you'll see my entire army run forwards to confront them. Should be pretty cool. And then we'll have a huge battle on our hands. However, I'm very worried about their elephants. So let's grab all of my skirmishers, pull them back, because they are there to deal with their elephants and nothing else.
Heroic nobles! Skirmishers!
Gonna get the
Battle ready,
scorpions to fire on them
the mother wants
as well.
blood!
The battle is turning in our favor.
It looks like my spear band managed to take care of a couple of their elephants. And then while they're
Our general
engaged,
is under attack.
we're gonna just pepper them with our skirmishers. They're doing well, doing well. And that's their entire general unit disbanded. Now we can continue and charge through the rest of their men. It's likely that I'll let my men just chase these guys down because all my slingers are coming into range and it will just chunk them. We really want to destroy this army as quickly as possible. Yes, we've already made them retreat, so they will be destroyed, but let's just make my men better and give them more experience. Now the ones in the garrison settlement won't necessarily use their XP because they just reset, but any of my other troops will use the XP to great effect. You can see that with all the slinger shots coming in, it's just killing them off slowly. I'm not going to get away very quickly from that. Also, my Levy Freemen are actually catching up with their Libyan peltasts, killing them off. Brilliant. That's pretty much job done there, so I'm going to go ahead and quit the battle. Decisive victory for us. We've got 208 losses, they took 1,426. There we go, and it doesn't look like I managed to kill the rebellion. So we're going to have to chase them down again. Thankfully, due to that battle, my general and my army has increased in skill. So we've got the Consuls of Morrigan with another increase in military tradition. So I'm going to increase their unrelenting force in order to give them the even more campaign map movement range, extra morale and extra charge bonus. Then we're going to go with the general details for skills. We're going to make him into a soldier, which gives even more charge bonus to my units. Then we're going to grab him and we're going to kill off this last unit of Carthaginian rebels with an auto-resolve. Last thing I want to do is take you into a battle where I'm killing one unit of very weakened Libyan peltas. So let's go ahead with an aggressive stance. They should die. There we go. Easy peasy, job done. Now what I can do, send my army into Thapsus for now. That should control the happiness for a bit longer. So, as you can see at the moment, currently down to -4 happiness per turn. Hopefully, with the raiding stopping, that should become positive next turn. So, good job. Imbetos. Do I want him to get +5% chance of evading enemy agents instead of Dord? No, I do not. So I'm going to send that to the pool. Trait gained +5 morale for all units during offensive battles for Imbetos. Nice. And then enemy army retreats. We already know that. So let's get back to the forces. Have a look at Penios. He can continue heading towards Ammonium. So we can see there that's owned by the Nasamones, so the Nasamones still control 3 provinces.
What you have of me?
Ambigatos, well, I only recruited him this turn, so he can't move anywhere. And Anauni, well, she's going to have to stay in this province for this turn due to the cultural differences. And Adiatorix is going to come down still next to Cyrene and start converting this province to my culture. Then we're going to get Cladios to stay where he is. The Iron Winds, my navy, they can continue round the coast. Crashing Waves, my navy up here. Tempted to just quickly hire some mercenaries to help deal with this fleet, but I think they are pretty much destroyed already due to their attrition, and they are going to retreat. Then we're going to chase them down, and their very weak units should be no match for my own. However, the only trouble with this battle is if I fight it on the battle map, basically what will happen is because they have more ships, they'll win. Because the enemy AI will just ram me and I will die. So it's not desirable to fight this on the battle map as much as I want to, so I apologise guys, but I'm going to basically auto-resolve it with an aggressive stance and sink their ships. Because basically I want to disband this navy anyway, because I don't need it now that that navy is destroyed. So let's go ahead, get the navy information up, and we're going to disband them all. Then we're going to get rid of the general. There we go. So that will give us a little bit of extra money per turn. The only reason I recruited that navy in the first place was because I wanted to get rid of that navy. So the Children of Doom, the ASD, am I at war with them? I think I am, and they're travelling very close to Bells right now. So I'm actually going to probably have to chase them down, because Boy has gone ahead and taken over Gallic for themselves. I'm in a defensive alliance with Gallic, so I don't have to worry, but could be an issue if I'm not careful. So I have to move up and chase down the Children of Doom owned by the ASD. Let's go through my forces even more. We've got the Swords of Power over in Tur. Not being able to move this turn, but we'll be able to move next turn due to the Chieftain's Hold being finished, I would imagine. So that will give us a reasonable amount of happiness. And I can move this army down to attack its next settlement. In the meantime, I'm actually going to recruit another dignitary if I can, although I already have the max amount I can hold. So the reason I wanted to do that was because the cultural differences in Tur are very much contributing to their unhappiness. And the only other druid nearby is at Bedorgis, Cladios. So after he's finished converting the province here, I will have to move over Cladios towards Tur in order to do the cultural differences there instead. So in preparation, I'm going to move him towards the border of that province so that I can quickly move him in there when I need to. So now, in the meantime, the Swords of Power, leaving this with a 11 turns until revolt, can move down into the lands of the Kataori, and we're going to basically take Olbia for ourselves. Then the Will of Andrasta at Macomades, they don't have to go and sit in Macomades anymore, so they can now head towards the Nasamones. So we recently made peace with them, and we do now have a trade agreement with them. But I don't think that's going to concern me when I attack them again. We already have an army travelling through their lands, but they are going to head over towards the Belemias, and we're going to kill them from this point forwards. So Paratonion is completely undefended. We're going to declare war on the Belemias where they are
So
allied
be
by
it.
Axum
In
and
all
Kidri,
our bellies.
but doesn't matter. Jump straight in, take another settlement for ourselves. So the garrison forces are pretty underwhelming. Let's fight this on the battle map. So, fog. We do not want fog. Dry. That's better. We can see what's actually happening. Then we're going to grab our Britain slingers, move them forwards. And get all my chosen units, plus my general actually, up at the front. The less experienced units behind. And veteran riders on the flanks. We also have plenty of ballistas, so to make use of those, start the battle, and start moving up towards the enemy. So my ballistas have targets. This is pretty nice actually. I'm going to make them fire at those with explosive rounds. We're going to get these ballistas to fire at their general, and this ballista unit to fire explosive rounds at their archers. So these cavalry should be destroyed very quickly. Gonna get these infantrymen to go around this side while my elite forces continue into this gap. And we're gonna grab my slingers and move them up as well. And also begin to move forwards my veteran riders. Because if I do enough damage, then I'll probably just charge into all these men. These poor cavalry have just been destroyed. Now I'm going to change their target of the ballistas and hit these levy spearmen instead with explosive rounds. I actually destroyed a building there with one of the explosive shots. Mustn't forget that I do have reinforcements coming in from the sea, so we're going to send off one of my spear units to go and kill off those. Well, the rest of my units, including my general, just charge in and kill the rest of them then. I could just go and capture the settlement, but that's no fun. We're also going to get the general in the fray. Slingers are having fun firing over this building. Yeah, plenty of kills. We're going to stop the ballistas firing. Start charging in these men from this side.
Our general is under attack.
I'm going to let my slingers keep firing for now. Onto these swordsmen. Now I'm going to stop them as my men have engaged. Don't think it's really going to matter that much though, as I pretty much made their entire army rout. The only people who haven't routed yet are the guys who have come up from the sea. And my chosen spear band aren't going to take much missile fire due to their large shields. So, with them just running through it all and engaging, we have won the battle. We're going to end the battle there, decisive victory. We lost no men, 0 men, and killed 986. I think that's the first ever battle I've had where I haven't lost a single man. That is ridiculous. Even with all that missile fire, you'd think one person would have got hit in the head by accident. So, a very good battle there. Saving me every single man I had. we're going to occupy this settlement. However, sacking it is desirable. So I'm going to sack it because I need to start sacking settlements in order to increase my victory conditions. So military traditions, Mist of Doom has increased, as well as the rank of the general. So we could increase their formidable fighters trait, but we're going to instead go with indomitable infantry, possibly. Inexorable horde is also a good one. Dread marauders, maybe. But I think I'm going to go with grand camp following. So I'm not actually going to take Paration or Parate on the On this turn. I'm actually going to move past it and let them deal with the unhappiness. And then I'm going to hit Alexandria and I'll raid that as well. And I'm going to keep doing this until I've taken the lands off the Nasamonas. So I'm actually going to raid people's lands before I attack it, which is, I think, a cool concept. Because the Nasamonas are in the way, I want to take care of them. I'll probably do so with the Will of Andrasta and the Woad Warriors. So we have all that to look forward to. Soldier, this guy will become. Let's get the Woad Warriors, and basically I think I'm going to have to declare war on the Nasamonas this turn. Or I could wait, but I don't think that's very desirable. Anyway, I'm going to move up my army next to their settlement. I think the Will of Andrasta will be in range to attack Cyrene next turn as well, so the Nasamonas aren't going to know what hit them. We're going to actually cancel our trade agreement with them so that no one gets any ideas about me being disloyal. So the Nasamonas, where are you? There you are. We're going to initiate diplomacy and cancel my trade agreement.
If you have something to say it like a civilized man.
Well, apparently, ending a treaty shortly after signing it is considered an act of treachery and is condemned by all factions. And that gives me 9 turns remaining. Well, I'll just declare war on them. Honestly, I'm so big, I don't think I even need to care about diplomatic relations anymore. I've got enough allies. Hopefully they won't turn on me due to those diplomatic relations. We'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, let's move the rest of my armies in the meantime. We got Zamazeg Gatusa, it's going to have to stay there, the Noble Stags. Then we've got Abraucus Vanquishers at Petrodavar. Well, they can probably move towards Olbia. Because hopefully the happiness will be dealt with once the rebels are killed, so I can probably move them out and invade the Cato Ori's lands. There we go, right. There we have it. Everything done. And unfortunately, that has been my time. So, looks like next time, guys, you're going to have a rebel army for me to destroy, which should be a pretty fun battle. Then we've got a couple of settlement battles with possibly the Mist of Doom hitting Alexandria and looting it. Then we've got the Woad Warriors going to be attacking Olgala, and also the Will of Andrasta attacking Cyrene. Plenty to look forward to. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.